Hi folks, welcome to the very first recorded game for Second Company at Warhammer. And this evening we've got Jim.
Hi, how are you going?
So we've played each other many times.
Many times.
So so you brought along your Aeldari.
Yes.
So do you want to talk a bit through your list for us?
Yeah, okay, so today I'm going to be running Aspect Host. I've units to start off with. I've got some Corsairs for some early scouting and aerodynamics, hopefully some points before they die. I've got some Dark Reapers, which are going to be, with their Phoenix Sword, Morgan Ra, they're going to be sitting inside a Falcon. I then have got some Warp Spiders sitting with Lycus. And I have got also with that a Warwalker, a Viper with a Star Cannon, some Shroud Runners, and thank you, some Shroud Runners. I'm going to have some Janesar with some Banshees. I've got the classic Wave Serpent sitting in with 10 Fire Dragons and Fugan. I have got also some Striking Scorpions, I have some Rangers, 2 squads of Swooping Hawks, and I've got an Orc leading another set of Banshees, and I think that is more or less it, I believe.
Okay. So what detachment are you running, mate?
Aspect Host.
Aspect Host. So that's so you choose whether to re-roll hits and hit rolls of 1 or wound rolls.
Yeah. So yes, Path of the Warrior. So what I'm going to be picking is the majority is going to be hit rolls of 1. So
unless you say anything otherwise.
I will say otherwise, obviously. Right, okay. But obviously spiders, because they're torrent, obviously it's going to be wound rolls.
Wounds. Okay, but we'll try and remember that.
Yep.
Interesting strat. One good strat that you have that's quite good that you find.
It depends who you're going against. I like the idea of that you, for one strat, you can ignore all mods, which is quite handy. Which is obviously for all hit rolls, wound rolls, and damage rolls, which is quite nice. Also, there's another good thing with this attachment is obviously it's just purely damage orientated. So you're looking at things like I can give a unit sustained, or I can burn, or lethals, or ignores cover, but I can burn a shrine token to gain 2 of those abilities, which again can be quite clutch with aspect tokens as well. So, and also I've got the ability to come in and out of transports, which is quite good as well. So cool. Sneaky elves. So
sneaky elves, indeed.
Definitely.
So I am running. Thank you. I'm running Votann as I usually do. I'm running half band. So that's basically, that detachment is effectively, it is reroll wound rolls of 1 against the closest target. So in the list I have 3 squads of warriors, 2 of which will split into 5s with going into the Sagittars, because I've got 2 Sagittars. At least one of the groups of 5 will be led by Uthar and Akal with a Mass Gauntlet and a Vulcanite Disintegrator. Then I've got a unit of Jaegers. I've got Jaegers with a Capricus, so again it can split the unit from 10 to 5. I have 2 units of Hankin Pioneers, so the bikes, they can uppy downy wholly within 9 inches of a board edge, which has changed in the Codex. And they're both been led by E-Champs, so champions, both with the hammers. So basically they get +1 to advance and charge, and also they do mortals on the charge. 2 Hecatons, one with a Magna Rail cannon, the other with a heavy SB cannon. Quite like that. That gives a bit of utility. So basically, if you need that flat 4 damage, you've got it. And I think that is roughly about it. So 2 Hecatons, 2 Sagittars, a Capricus, 2 lots of 3 bikes, 2 lots of 5 of the big chunky Hearthguard with the champions, both of them. Yeah, I think that is roughly about. Oh no, and Thunderkin. So my big grav cannon boys that can strip cover. So really it's a case of it's quite nice, especially against sneaky Aeldari. Really a key strat for me is with the half band, with the Hearthguard units. I can deep strike 6.
Yeah.
But I can't charge. However, I don't need to charge when I drop down within 6, because if I choose it right, it can delete units.
Yeah.
So, quite a lot to think about. But yeah, so we've both rolled off camera, and it looks like I'm deploying first, so we'll come back after deployment. So we are back after deployment. Just to note, so we are playing Mission I from the tournament companion, I think it's called. So basically it's hidden supplies and search and destroy. So, Mr. Mims.
Yes.
Talk us through your deployment.
Right, okay, so what I've got here, I've got some striking scorpions infiltrating up front here. And they have these scouts abilities, so we'll see what happens with that, or who gets first turn. Cool. I've got behind here Jane Zar with her squad of banshees.
Over there, yeah.
And inside this transport with the double bright lance is Fugan and his 10 fire dragons. I've got a squad of swooping hawks. Got some Corsair Void Reavers just sitting on the point ready to move. Got some Rangers strung across there to stop any scouting manoeuvres. Behind here I've got another squad of Banshees led by the Autarch with the enhancement of +1 OC to each model, so
very handy.
That's quite handy. Another squad of Hawks. Got the War Walker here as modelled. We've got the missile launcher and 1 Bright Lance. We have some Shroud Runners, and to finish it off we've got Morgan Ra sitting in a Falcon.
Cool. Right.
So, and obviously again in Deep Strike, sorry, just to say, we've got the Falcon. Hey! Viper, I wish. Viper with the Star Cannon, and we've got Lycus and Warp Spiders, with obviously one being the Exarch being with the Power Blade array.
Cool. So these are in the Wave Serpent,
Correct.
Which is over by the one set of Banshees over by the Falcons.
Yeah.
And they are in the Falcon, which is that one there.
And I've gone for the Tempest launcher for the indirect. Mainly so I can kick off the mortals indirectly. Yeah. Potentially, but we'll see how it works out.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Okay, so coming over to where Votann are. So my little corner. So everything really is packed in relatively nicely. So I've got bikes over here and a nice little L to try and stop anything coming down my way, and that can include any nasties that can, any of the reserves and stuff. Warriors all strung out like that quite nicely. I've got some Jaegers over here, over on the objective, so they're nicely ticking over with that. Oops, and then I come back, and then I've got the Hecaton with the heavy SP and the Sagittar here with a group of 5 warriors with the Thane, the leader basically. Down here is the other half of said squad, but basically they're able to move out and to try and meet whatever's coming their way. Hecaton over here and the Capricus. So Capricus kind of is there, sat ready to kind of pounce, whether they go whether it goes towards the objective or it just hangs a left and goes around and try and support over there. Because we've got, again, that presence of the striking scorpions there. Hecaton with the heavy Magna Rail cannons there, just to try and provide some kind of line of sight down that kind of gap. It is slim, but there is one. And then over here we've got the Thunderkin. We've got the Sagittar with another block of 5 warriors with the Thane, again the leader person, and the other squad of bikes. Because obviously we have a nice little screen there, which I quite like.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it survives.
Well, that's it. Depends on the role. And then basically in reserves, so basically this squad is got, so the Carl has got a teleport crest, but also he has the enhancement multi-quake generator, which basically, if he hits, it's basically suppressed, so -1 to hit. So that unit is in the one Sagittar, that's in the Capricus, that's in the other Sagittar, and then we've got units 1 and 2 for Deep Strike. So, shall we do the glorious roll-off?
Who goes first? 1. Ooh.
And I've got a 4.
Looks like it's you, Rob.
So it looks like it'd be Votann turn 1.
Go for it.
Let's have a good one.
Good.
So, Votann, turn 1 next. Okay, so now back with after scout moves, because several of our units have scouts. So I've slightly moved the Sagittar forwards because at the time, but the Scorpions have now gone. So I only moved a couple of inches, I think it was.
Yeah.
Then a couple of inches, so it's within, so I can kind of easily, because it moves 12. You've moved your Scorpions back, haven't you?
Yes. I was hoping for first turn, but that didn't happen. So yes, I'm going to have to move them back out of the way, but unfortunately not enough to move them into cover.
Okay, and then over here, I moved my bikes up.
I reactive moved.
You reactive moved with the
3 inches.
3 inches with the Rangers.
And I scouted the Corsairs into the...
So they're all kind of nicely back there.
Uh-huh.
And my only other scout move was the bikes, but they're stayed exactly where they are. So, turn 1, we will do the reveal of the cards. What do the cards tell us? So we have Call the Horde, which we can't do, so we'll put that away. We have Recover Assets.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Secure No Man's Land. 2 very doable cards, I say.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we'll come back after movement and we shall see what comes next. So, movement for Votann done. The cards I've actually got are really quite good. So, Secure No Man's and Recover Assets, as I pulled just now. So, what I've done, bikes had already scouted and they've moved up onto the objective, being wary of there is a falcon round the corner which can use abilities to get it quite far up to about here. So plonk them there. That Sagittar has come out of from where he's hiding there and poked up and around there. So he does have a very narrow bead onto the falcon, but also can fire onto there with fire support if needs be. Thunderkin is still behind the wall. They're waiting there. Sagittar, rather large. Hecaton is staying right there just as to hide it, but also as a deterrent. Bikes are still there. Uthar and his clan are still there. And I've got warriors that you can't see behind that wall here. Have moved out this Sagittar, that Hecaton, so it has a line over that way, basically to where, because there's lots of Scorpions and Howling Banshees and stuff like that. So that kind of deters them. If they are going to come out, they will be met with a large volume of fire. And then obviously Jaegers have still stayed where they are, and the Capricus has just literally gone into that terrain there. So effectively it's sitting on an objective. So effectively it's 1, 2 there on objectives, and essentially there 3.
Mm-hmm. So that's 5 points.
Yeah, so making sure I've got enough for the points aspect.
And recover.
And recover. So recover wise, it will be the warriors that are behind this wall here, a small blob of 5, and it will be there'll be those Jaegers there. Okay. So the Jaegers on the objective. So, and I think that one goes off at the end of the turn.
Yeah, it does.
Does go off at the end of the turn. But I'll only be getting the 3 instead of the 5, which is, I don't want to extend too much.
Fair enough.
That's it for me, so we'll be on to shooting.
Right, okay.
So, back after shooting, a few units less, Jim.
Yeah. Well, shall we say bad positioning?
We were saying that off camera, weren't we?
Yeah, saying the fact of it was purely my fault. I was over ambitious, thinking I was going to go first. Bit of a bit of a sin, really, but it was purely the fact of I put my banshees so close that I couldn't reactive move or do anything into it.
Yeah, and that's it really. But literally, Corsairs were there, now they're gone.
Yeah.
I did try and attack the Rangers, but basically Rangers then hop, skipped and jumped away. I did shoot into them and they moved, didn't they?
I used one of my battle focus tokens, so I'm down to 3.
And then, you poor Scorpions.
I know, it's my fault, my fault. So I'm taking that on the chin.
And very, very, it was a, if you would have gone first, mate, I reckon that would have been a good move. And you've done that to me many times.
Yeah, it's just me playing. I was just a bit silly. There you go. There you go.
So, either which way. So, that's all done. We are now, the only thing we're going to attempt now, we'll do it live on camera, is we're going to try and roll for the bikes to go into the Rangers.
10 inches.
10 inches, but because of hostile acquisition with the Votann's base rule, in the state that I'm in, I can re-roll my charges. So we'll see what we can do. In the tray, Rob. So that's a 4. The 6 even. Come on, Votann dice. No, it is a failed charge. However, I'm quite happy with that. That was being a bit overzealous and a bit greedy. So on both my cards, I score full 5 for secure no man's land, and I score 3 on recover assets,
good
making
turn.
me it's a very good turn. A score of 8 on the turn. So
Over to me.
over to you. So Eldar, turn next. So turn 1 for the Eldar.
Right, I've got Storm Hostile Objective and Marked for Death.
So the Storm Hostile, yeah, okay, because now you've got plenty.
I need to get you off objectives anyway. So.
You do, but Mark for Death is the key. Really.
What are you going to mark? Let me guess. Everything I can't get to.
2 right.
I'll just have to do my beta target. So I'll probably do my beta being the bikes. I need them off that objective.
Yeah, that's fine. So really, for me, it would be bikes back here, the warriors that are behind this behind here, and this string of warriors with Uthar there. But you're going for the bikes. That's your beta. That's your gamma.
I need you off. Yeah, gamma. Yeah.
Yeah. So relatively happy with the cards or not?
Yeah, I'll just keep the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then I need to pull my finger out. So, good.
Awesome.
See you in a bit.
Okay, so see what happens. Okay. End of movement. What's gone on? Talk me through it.
Right, so what I've done is I have moved my wall walker just around the corner to spot those bikes because I need them gone. Can you see them a little bit more?
Yeah, no, so the bike's on the objective.
On the objective, I need to get rid of them. So what I've done is I've moved them across there for extra AP and firepower. I've moved my hawks back here to screen to save you doing anything.
Yeah, because I have a deep
strike.
6-inch deep strike and all that jobby.
I've advanced my hawks over onto that, so just towing that objective.
Yeah.
So
you get to take that back when you will clear that.
I'm hopefully so. I've moved my Shroud Runners over here to ping a couple of shots over the Satchel to strip its cover, hopefully.
Lovely.
I've moved my Falcon across here and I've disembarked my Reapers. I've spent a Battle Focus token to be non-overwatchable.
You have?
Purely for the fact of I don't want to lose any more models, Robert.
I can't help that.
I know, but I didn't want to. I'm already sad. I've lost my Space Pirates. And I think that's it for the moment. Obviously, I need that for Storm Hostile Objective, and they're my Mark for Death target. So they must die and get you off the primary.
They must die. Cool. Okay. Anything else further?
That's it. I've conceded the fact that I'm going to have to give you primary next turn, which I don't like. I can't get over there. I don't really want to throw my Fire Dragons out just yet. So
with the car park of death,
yeah,
and a nice viewing angle right the way across. Lovely. Okay, so we will come back after shooting. Eldar shooting. Yeah. So, shooting.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
So
There's nothing left.
there's nothing. It's gone, and so's the Sagittor as well. So
Yeah.
So basically, I just lined up with the extra AP from the Warwalker shooting with the strip cover from this unit, and Morgan Ra's unit just completely picked up the bikes and the Sagittor.
Yeah, they did really, didn't they?
Yeah, it was just I just needed that extra couple of wounds to go through the Sagittor, and it could have picked up the contents, but hey ho. And at the end of the fight phase, Skyborn Sanctuary, I put the guys back into the tank. Cool. I have scored for Storm Hostile. I scored 4 points and 2 because they were my marked for death.
Cool.
So that is my turn.
So end of turn 1. What are the scores for me?
It was 20 to you, 16 to me.
Not bad, not bad. It was a rather large. It was a rather big go turn, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it good.
Oh no, hang on! I wouldn't have got all 5 on recover. Sorry, tell a lie. Correction. It is 18-16 to me because you put me down for an extra 2. I needed to have all 3 with recover assets. So 18-16. Sorry, folks.
Right. So your turn 2 for yourself.
Turn 2 for the Votann coming next. So turn 2 for the Votann. We are looking at a couple of cards, so we'll just flip them over now. No prisoners.
Lovely.
And extend battle lines. That's actually quite good.
That's very good.
That's very good for a turn. Not too concerned, really. That was a bit dangling bait over there with the bikes and stuff. And that unit there, I've kind of thought, right, you know what? You've got a lot over there, so I can kind of swing things around that way.
So primary then.
Primary, we hold 2, but
1,
not more.
2, not more because I hold there.
You hold 2 as well.
And that.
So I go up to 2 CP, and you now go up to 2 as well.
Yep.
I now score with my. So basically, I score 1 yield point on this objective, and I hold 2, but not more. So basically, I go up from 2 to 5.
Okay.
So effectively, I am still for turn 2 in hostile acquisition. 2 CP, 5 yield points. So
we'll go back, do the movement, and then come back. Ideal. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. So after all that movement and consulting, so effectively we've moved things further around. Thunder King came out. You did Overwatch with your
Shroud Runners
and knocked off a unit. But they are there. But obviously, Lycus and her band of merry men and women are right there, staring.
So I rapid there.
You rapid at the end of the turn, didn't you?
Yeah.
Effectively, so there was the unit. So we'll go over here first. So they've come across, and Sagittar has disembarked its cargo. So they're on the objective, holding it. Jaegers are still stayed where they are, trying to hold that objective. Hecatombs now come up around the fringe. The warriors behind this wall have now turned up there. The Hecaton has stayed where it is because I feel if I go any further, it will just be a massive calamity and everything will just start going off. It will literally just cause an almighty avalanche. The warriors that were killed, the Sagittar that was blown up over here, the warriors are now behind the wall back here. So it's a bit more of a target-rich environment, and basically the bikes have come on that came up at the end of the turn. They went from over here, came up, and then went back over there. Okay. So it's more of a case of trying to hold the Holy Trinity over here, and then hopefully in the next turns, try and sweep from there. So after shooting, a very, very short shooting phase, I had to go over for the warp spiders instead of the falcon. Only reason being is they have the ability to do more damage. So Went in there and only took out 2, which isn't great, but not a lot I can do. What I am going to do though is attempt a charge over here into the Rangers. So I need a 9-inch charge, but it is re-rollable because I am in hostile acquisition. So
definitely re-roll that.
On a 9.
He's in.
He's in. So we will
see the result.
See the result afterwards. So, at the end of that fighting, I only took away 1 Ranger. So effectively, we've got 2 Thunderkin there with a group of Rangers. So it's going to be very interesting. But
they're not long for this world.
Yeah, keeping the pressure on there. But so effectively, I score 4 extend. I'm going to ditch no prisoners for a CP. So effectively, it is Eldar, turn 2 next. Aeldari, turn 2.
Right, so we got for primary, obviously on that point there, and on that point, fortunately, because you didn't kill enough, which I'm happy for.
Yeah.
So I've scored 2, but obviously not more because you control 2.
Yeah.
So we'll go to secondary cards. I've got Bring It Down. It's exactly what I need to do, and Recover, which is ideal. So no battle shocks to take. So we'll see where we're at. Right. Okay. So movement done. There's quite a lot of movement happening. So basically, I'll start from here on this side. I move these hawks forward. Obviously, they can do a grenade when in their engagement. So popped off. Got 3 mortals. Unfortunately, I wanted 4, but there you go. So I took. It's both 1 guy with 1 wound left. He's not dead yet though. He will be. I didn't fall back the Rangers, so he's in there.
Who's not dead? He is.
He will be on the charge phase, but
He's got 2 wounds.
yeah.
He's dead. That's the entire squad gone.
No,
Yes.
no. You had 2 guys now and done 3 mortals. So you've got 1 wound left.
You're
That's what I
talking.
said. He's going to be dead next. He's going to be dead because he's in. I'm just going to charge him because I want to keep those Rangers there. So
Yeah, no, that's fine.
that's cool. So I moved the Falcon up here with an extra couple of inches movement. Disembarked the Reapers. So I've got to bead either this way or onto the Hector staying there. I flicker jumped. Actually, that's the point.
Mortals, please, Mr. Mims.
How many spiders is there? 3 or 4?
3.
3? Was there 4?
There's 3. I killed 2.
Yeah, and yeah. 2 mortals.
Kills 2.
Yeah, it just kills 2. So I've got 2 dead there. So it's a good job I remembered that. That's nasty. So obviously flicker dump Lycus over there. So all I've got there is Lycus and the Exarch, which is probably enough what I need, but I needed a few more shots in. I'm strategic reserves. I brought in my Viper, so get a bead on there. Also on this side, I move my Warwalker over here for a line of sight, either on any units over here, what I see fit to add AP on. I moved my Wave Serpent with Star Engines. I brought it straight up in front because I have Bring It Down. So you overwatched with the Land Fortress, didn't you?
Land Fortress, I did.
And you took a sizable chunk of my wounds out. So I've got 7 wounds remaining. But however, Fugan and his guys have got out and they're eyeballing all what's around here. So it's going to be a massive death and destruction. So that is about it. So we'll see you after shooting. Right, okay, shooting phase done. So what I've done is, I'll start over here. So what I've done is I got Lycus, obviously when I did the country shot, she just tagged it really for the crit 5s. That's all she's done. I think she only done 1 wound, or did she?
Yeah, I did do 1 wound.
Done 1 wound.
Yeah.
So then I left that with that. I then moved over to this activation. So I shot the Falcon, chipped some damage down here. Obviously the Sagittal went, I don't know if it went from that Bright Lance. No, it didn't, it went from the Fire Dragons.
No, Fire Dragons indeed.
Fire Dragons obviously have popped out, killed a couple of bikes, finished off the Fugan, just done flat 10 damage. and just took out that with just one shot with still 4 fire dragons. I think that unit's disgusting, if you ask me. Picked up the Sagittor, fairly easy, straightforward. And coming over with the Reapers, they managed to knock down the Sagittor down to 3 wounds left.
Heckerton down to
Heckerton,
3
sorry.
wounds. Yeah.
Down to that. So that is the end of the shooting. So I'm going to go into charges.
Right.
Right, so charges, you might as well just pick that guy up because that's where they're going to go.
That's fine. So he's going to go.
He's going to go because they're just going to pile everything into him. So they'll just go to there. That's fine. The next charge is going to be Lycus into that. On a 4. That's fine. So just tag them in there. And I can't do anything on any CP. Yeah, I think that's all my charges. So it's really going to be if I can...
Hang on a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Heroic intervention.
Ooh.
So, using my trusty measuring stick, we are within 6, and that would be, as you can see, folks, that's a 4-inch charge. And on 1 dice alone, we've charged in, so that's a 5. So, we'll come back afterwards. Right, what's happened?
Right. Sorry, Rob. That's all I need to say is just sorry. So, obviously, Lyca's done a bit over in the corner. She took out that last land fortress.
Yeah, you did.
popped
Yeah,
it.
took out the land
That
fortress.
crit's 5 done the wonders, to be honest with you, on her blade. So
Don't worry, she'll be dead in a minute.
should be dead there. So that I've scored 4 points to bring it down, and I have recovered assets with 2 hawks for a further 3 points. So that's my turn over.
Right.
Back over to you, Bob.
Cool. Right, so top of turn 3 coming next. Top of turn 3. So missing my Heckertons already because some unpleasant Aeldari decided they wants to get rid of it. But don't worry.
Go for you again.
Don't worry, he's dead in a minute. He's dead.
He gets up on a 2+. I'll roll a 1.
I hope you do. Anyway, all joking aside, no. It's all fair. It's all fair. He's
Right.
quite a good model. Anyway, so
Primary.
10 on 10 for both of those, but I don't hold more.
Yep.
Cards, I've got Overwhelming Force. I did have Extend, but I then used a CP and got Storm Hostile Objective.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's quite good this turn.
Yep. You need it.
So, after a long movement phase, the Warriors are still staying in Deep Strike because I don't think bringing them down is a good idea at the moment. Biker, so Uther and his unit have literally swooped that way to try and deal with Lycus, and I reckon they can do in this turn. Bikers,
Only got 4 wounds.
Only got 4 wounds indeed. The Bikers come on the edge to try and deal with the Viper in the reinforcement phase.
Yeah.
These 2 units have kind of stayed where they are. The half guard have moved up, and that unit has moved up. Worth of note, that unit is within 12 of Uther, so they can do a strat for. They reduce it by 1, so potentially strats for free.
And these are my Dark Reapers just sitting there.
And Dark Reapers are there, and as well as that, there's a Falcon and there's lots of other stuff behind there. So, but hopefully the plan I've got, it might work, it might not, but try and limit what Jim's got and go from there.
Okay.
So after that shooting, top of turn 3, so Bike over here did
1 wound.
1 wound to the Viper, which is not ideal, but still, never mind. Now, over here, this is where a plan really came to fruition. Threw grenades with
5 mortals.
5 mortals, shot with the Magna Rail rifle to do 5 damage, which completely obliterated the Wave Serpent. And then all of the units came out. Used a CP over on this unit for Fury of the Hearth, basically giving me strength, giving me +1 strength, spending a yield point to give me sustained X1. So it would be And basically, it was 11 shots that took out all of that unit. Fuegan's still alive, unfortunately, with all the grenade shots. And then we came over here without the strat and shot at the Dark Reapers, but the Dark Reapers got back into the Falcon. However, the Falcon will be charged.
Right, so we're going to roll this on camera.
Oh god, yeah. So we'll go with this charge over here.
A 9.
An 8.
An 8.
I forgot what we measured it at. Right.
We'll roll it and see if it's...
Not on that, it won't. Okay.
So that
would have been
no
7,
CP.
would have been an 8. So yeah, I've got no CP. So we'll go over here to go to...
That one's a 9 and that one's, I think, an 8. So you go for your big guys at the back, yeah?
Big guys at the back, but if it's a standard 9-inch charge, it's +1 from the champion. Champion.
Okay. A 3. Oh, put it in the box, Bob. Oh.
That is an 8.
We'll measure that. We'll re-measure that, but we'll be something like it.
And then over here with Uthar, it'll be... I think it could be in anyway. Oh, where was that one just now? So, Uthar... Uthar's in.
They failed the charge, but this charge over here went to this one.
Right. So...
This all matters.
Within an inch, yeah, so it's an 8.
Yeah, because you get +1, don't you?
+1 from the champion.
Right, well there we go. So let's see what happens.
So, end of the day, end of the fight phase. Uthar cleared up Lycus
Yeah.
quite nicely.
Spent a CP for fight on death and got a 1. So that didn't happen.
And
Nice
then over here we did the charge, went into Fuegan,
1 more.
killed him,
and then he
came
got back up. So he's
not a happy chap.
no, he's a bit pissed, to be honest with you.
So, end of that. I don't score anything for any of those because they weren't on objectives. So they'll end up being ditched. So I'll get one.
CP.
Get CP.
Okay.
And then go into turn 3. Right then, Jim.
Right, cards. I've got Sabotage and I've got Tempting Target. So what do you want to tempt me, Rob?
I am going to be a lovely person and tempt you there.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Bob. I've got 1 CP, I've got no battle shocks, and I score 10 primary because I hold 2 and not more yet. Right.
So I've got 2 and I go up to 12 yield points.
So let's do some movement and see where we are.
Well,
Right, okay, so movement wise, for cards, obviously I'm sabotaging with these bikes over here. So obviously I'm touching that terrain there with that bike. So they'll do my sabotage. The tempting target, as you put, was over here. So I moved my Falcon up and disembarked my Reapers. The Overwatch was baited over when I brought my Rangers from this side of the wall across to span both objectives. You took it, obviously they were destined to die and fry, so they died. I moved out my Banshees from here. I've got a Dragon Fusion gun lined up at the Capricus, and we'll see what happens there. I've got my Viper, which I've brought round the corner to lend some fire support over here. I have left Fugan there for the time being to stare down these along. I've brought my Warwalk here for a potential tank shock if need be. I've got Janie Jews has just come out, and so she's looking at, there's options, but we'll see how it progresses. And then when I just finish moving my units, you rapid ingress on a squad there. What they just
they're Halfkin Warriors
Halfkin Warriors.
With a Carl with a mass gauntlet.
So that's given me another thing to think about and worry about. Otherwise, they are going to be lava chicken. So I'm going to start some shooting and see what happens next.
So Aeldari shooting. Oh, talk us through it.
Right. Okay. So whittle down this squad as much as I possibly could. But that 5-up invuln, that 6-up feel no pain is a bit of a pain in the arse, quite literally. So they're still a threat. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I've whittled down this squad slightly. Missed on the Capricus with the Dragon Fusion gun. Grenade done quite a bit of damage, which was fine. I've whittled down this to just the champion.
Yeah.
Left. So, and I'm going to see for charges where I'm going to go. So next into charge phase and see what happens.
Cool. Right, so where are you going?
Right, so I think what I'll do for charges is I don't know if it's worth... What's their defensive profile like? Or his attacking profile?
So, Hearthguard, defensive is toughness 5. Toughness 5, they have 2 wounds, 2 up, 5 up, but I can make it a 4. Same over there, but that, well, basically it's a similar profile, but that has 7 wounds but no invuln because it's got the teleport thingy. So
how many wounds has he got?
7.
7.
She's got 7. She's got 5.
Okay. Right. I think I'll go for charges then. So I think I will go for... Have you got any... What CP have you got? 1?
Got 1.
So you can't interrupt.
No. However, there is always a looming presence that is within 12. I can allow them to have a 4-up invuln for free.
Okay. Okay.
To be honest with you, that champion over there is lost. You're probably gonna do enough to do enough damage.
This is where I charge.
It's where you go, really. But basically, yeah, I'm just gonna have to scrabble with what I've got.
Okay, right, charges. I'm going to charge Fugan into him. He likes it all day.
Cool.
And then I'm going to charge the Wall Walker in. Tag on that. Do I have to activate Tank Shock now, or will I activate?
No.
Oh, Tank Shock there for my CP. I just don't trust because you've got a 5-up invuln, haven't you?
That unit hasn't got an invuln at all.
Not at the moment.
No, because it's like I've just said to you. It's got the teleport crest.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was just zoned out. 6, 7. Okay.
Focused on killing.
Yeah, but I know he could beat me up. I've got no. Right, tank shot for 1 CP. Two mortals on him.
Bear with me. You need to do the other charges as charges.
That's what I thought. That's why I asked. Right. Okay. So I'm going to charge these guys in here. Do I multi-charge? No. I'm just going to charge those guys in on a 8.
So for free, they're going to activate their 4-up invuln their 4-up invuln to free for Mutha.
Okay. And I'm going to charge in Morgan Ra. He's in on an 8.
Yeah, so Tank Shock is done in the charge phase. It's probably best to do all your charges, then do that.
That's fine. But that is, the 2 6s are there for the what I got. And this charge here, I think I need to really get you off the point. Now, I don't know if I charge here and tag multi-charge these guys. And then tag you up. Because I can't get you off that point. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to multi-charge into here. So I need...
They have no characters within them.
Yeah, no one has any characters really, do they? So I'm going to go for a 7-inch charge.
Go for it.
6. That's not going to do it, I don't think. Not for a multi. No. So they missed their charge.
Interesting.
Right. So let's battle
So
commence.
Janie Jew stays where she is. Let's see what happens. So quickly mopping up. So both units of Hearthguard are gone by Fuegan and from the Autarch and the Banshees.
Yeah.
So leaves the Votann with not a lot left, and potentially seeing what they can do. So Votann, turn 4. So top of turn, what are we now? 4. So turn 4. Sabotage and display of might. I did have attempting target, which I recycled for a CP. My yield points is probably up to 17 by now because I would hold 2. Basically, I hold my home and one more, if I can find the 17 on this D20. Cool. So, they've moved over towards the Hawks to try and do something over there. There's a lot of movement over this way, so Uthar and his unit have moved up. The Jaegers have swung around. Those warriors have moved there for potentially next turn. And then with the Jaegers coming out, the Capricus has been able to swing out along with other bits of shooting to try and take on Jane and squad of Banshees. So, top of turn 4... so Jane and the Banshees have ran away, like the cowards that they are, into the Falcon. The Morgan and the Autarch with the leftover Banshee.
Reaper,
Thank you.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
And then basically, yeah, we did a bit of shooting with the Capricus and with those units there. So really it's a case of we have taken over that objective and that objective. And so really it is bottom of turn 4 for Aeldari. Okay then folks, so Aeldari have been nasty again. They've cleared off Uthar and his unit of warriors over there. There's only one warrior over here now, matching Fuegan, which there's something that we can do. On 1 wound. The Walker went over there, tried to stomp on warriors and failed miserably because it's absolute rubbish. And then we still got Jaegers back there, so essentially we still keep that point.
You still keep the point, yeah.
And we still have this little surprise back here. So,
I scored 5 points on securing 2 no man's objectives, and I killed Uthmar for 5 points for assassination.
Okay, so it is 66-50 at the end of turn 4. We will go into turn 5. We will actually do the card draws now. I did score sabotage.
Yep. Did I? I may have not scored you for that.
And no,
I did.
So I've got up a CP, mark for death, and area denial.
No.
But to be honest with you, yeah, I would probably swap that out for a CP if I'm genuinely honest, keeping it nice and swift. So mark for death will go, and we will get defense stronghold, which I've already sticked.
Good.
So we will come back at the end of the turn. So top of turn 5, the last the Votann can do. So the Votann have finally taken out Fuegan. Thank God. Took us ages, but we did it. Warwalker's still alive. Jane and the Banshees were cleared by a lot of work, by grenades and that lovely unit of warriors there. Hawks decided to jump back there just to stop the charge, which was successful. And that's about it at the end of the turn. Oh, and the bike over there to try and chip away at the Falcon. They took some pot shots into the swooping Hawks, but couldn't do quite so much. But end of the turn, really, Votann end on 59, so it is going to be an Aeldari win, but by how much?
Right, my cards are Area Denial and Extend. So I'm just going to probably play this out. I'm going to see if I've got any battle shocks.
So we will jot up the scores and we will come back with post-game chat. Okay, so back with end-game chat. So, so scores at the end was 87-59 to the Aeldari. So a very big Aeldari swing at the end. Yeah, I would have wished it to be a bit closer, but no, it was right close right until the end, and scoring second is always going to be quite powerful.
Definitely, especially with the movement of Aeldari, you can get from anywhere in the board really with the movement shenanigans you can pull. I think, I think it was by turn 2 or 3 when I had Bring It Down and I had just tanks just all around me and fire dragons just itching to come out. I think that was quite a defining moment to just take out all those heavies. I mean, obviously they got completely wiped afterwards, but I think having that threat, which was keeping me at bay, because I couldn't move forward because it was just disgusting. If I got shot, I'd just completely fold up. But I think there were some key moments where I think you pulled back, you got some good cards, and it put me on the back hill for a bit. I just think by looks of it, there's one turn we scored no secondaries. I think that was quite.
Yeah, because of how you were placed. So that was they were both over. I think it was Overwhelming and Storm Hostile, which was turn 3.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, having that and you're well hidden and you were screened, there wasn't anything I can do. And really, I didn't really want to spend CP, but I think I should have done in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think thing is Aspect Host is a huge damage dealing kind of detachment, and I think when the stars align, it's absolutely disgusting. But again, you're only T3, 1 wound elves. When you get caught out a couple of times, a couple of good grenade throws, pop, there goes my squad, and but it's a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. So so more live streams coming. Obviously we didn't want to clash with Martin's Battle of Bugle, so more live streams will be coming, but we will make sure you're all kept aware. So that's everything from me.
That's everything from me.
All right,
cheers,
see you later.